If you watch the video of why I shaved my head,
What?
you'll know that it's because it's something that scared me. It's something that made me feel uncomfortable. Self-improvement, growth, finding a deeper part of yourself. Those are all things that lie on the outside of your comfort zone. And so something like shaving my head seemed like an easy way to tap deeper into myself, realize that fear doesn't control me. A key part of that growth process, after you do something uncomfortable, something that I kind of forgot to do, is you have to sit back and reflect. Reflect on lessons that you learned. Reflect on how that experience made you stronger, better, wholer, truer version of yourself. Shaving my head really did change the way that I look at the world, the way that I look at myself, the way that I look at myself within the world. One action like that can completely change who you are and change the world that you live in. Hello, Stardust. Welcome back to Radical Raspberry, where I make self-improvement and holistic videos every Friday. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and thumbs this video up if you enjoyed, because that helps me out. Comment down below, have you ever thought of shaving your head? Yes or no? I'm curious. Let's figure out. In this video, I'm gonna go through 7 lessons of what I've learned from shaving my head. Thank you for spending this time with me. Get yourself a nice cup of coffee. This may or may not be my second one today, so I'm feeling a little good time. So we're gonna get reflective. Keep on watching. Starting off with number 1, people will always project their constrained opinions on you. And those opinions don't matter. Through the media, they've been told that bald women are crazy. They're gonna see you as crazy. If they see bald women as weak, they're gonna see you as weak. That's their opinion and their worldview. They're gonna project on you with those comments. And those comments seldom are true. About a year after I shaved my head, I had my grandmother sit me down. She asked me, "Did you go through something when you went to Nice? Something that you want to talk about?" Kind of insinuating that maybe I got like abused or something that really fucked me up to make me want to shave my head. And I sat there and I was just like, something did happen. I got very empowered to take life into my own hands, and that the only thing that can really hold me back are my own fears. Right after she asked me if something traumatic happened to me, she said, "You know, I'm really trying to figure out whether you like men or women." My grandmother was raised Catholic, raised in a very small town. It's really understandable why she would ask me that. Other people's opinions have little merit to the truth of who I am. And that was just a big realization. I was like, it doesn't really matter what other people think about me, because that has nothing to do with me. That is not me. Number 2, shaving my head really made me realize the flow of masculine and feminine. Now, I've learned a lot about yin and yang, and it dramatically changed the way that I look at the world around me and myself. Shaving my head, it made me way more in tune, and I was a lot more aware of just how much it flows and how fluid it is. Days that I felt more delicate, soft, the only way I can really describe it, I would like to wear floral patterns and more lace things. And the days that I felt a little more energetic, those days I tended to wear more bright colors, like a red t-shirt. I wouldn't really care to wear makeup. There's a quote that I just read from the book Untamed, and it really resonated with me, and it says, "Sexuality is water, gender identities are a glass. Every day we're just flowing, we're just the water. Don't put me into a glass, okay? I'm the water." If you are curious about yin and yang, do your research on it, but I could make a quick video about it because I honestly love it. It changed the way that I look at the life, because everything is so divided in this Western world, and yin and yang really brought that back together. The third one, that's not number 3, the third one that I realized is that women are always going to be sexualized. Part of me naively thought if I shave my head, I can escape from misogynistic pigs. Oh, I was wrong. You can shave your head, but you can't change your vagina. Women's bodies as serving the male gaze was illustrated to me through comments like,
"Did your boyfriend break up with you?
How are you ever gonna get a boyfriend now?"
People genuinely asked me that, and I was just like, holy shit. You really think that's my topmost concern? You really think that a guy breaking up with me would make me shave my head? I just thought it was really funny that, for one, I thought I could escape that somehow, even though I still have a vagina, and for 2, that people thought I would shave my head because of a guy. So you just have to laugh at it, because it is really disturbing, and pretty sick, in all honesty, but I have to laugh at it, because that's just the way I cope with things, is through laughter. Try it. Number 4 is that even old women are hip. There's this idea that once you start aging, everything goes downhill, including your coolness. This is definitely ageism and a negative idea that I have about growing old in my head, but it's something that again was brought to light when I had elder women compliment me ravishly and tell me like, I wish I could do that. Oh my gosh, I love it. You rock it. It really made me realize that like just because you get older doesn't mean you're somehow like less cool or like less hip. Clearly young people are less hip, like myself, because when you say the word hip, you just sound like not hip. Number 5, there will never be a good enough reason to do something that scares you. Up until the buzzer was zizzing, I was thinking of ways out of it. I was thinking I should just grow my hair a little longer so that I can donate it, which that is linked to bonus lesson that women tend to find it challenging to do things just for themselves. There's a quote from that same book, Untamed. The quote says that we are taught the epitome of womanhood is selflessness. That is then going to manifest in us not wanting to do things solely for ourselves, for the sake of being a good woman, to serve everybody else. I saw that in real life doing a little social experiment. There was some lying going on because I changed my answers to the question, why did you do it? When I said I did it for myself, women tend to do that, the little like where they purse their lips in like scorn, in like disapproval. But when I told someone, I only did it a couple times because I felt like bad. I told people, I was just curious how they'd react, that I donated it, or that I did it to support women of cancer, which that is like part of the reason, but not solely. The main reason is simply because I wanted to do it. Then they were like, oh, that's so good of you. You're so brave. You're so like awesome, which is such a dramatic difference of reaction of saying I did something for myself and I did something for somebody else. Now, of course, like selflessness is awesome. Why are we not just as happy when somebody does something daring for themselves? That's like a bonus lesson, a tribute to it. But the main lesson here is that whatever you're scared of, you are always going to think of an excuse why not to do it. You're constantly going to talk yourself out of it. Just do something that scares you. Do it for yourself. Do it because you want to. Do it because you want to grow. Number 6 is that desire can absolutely control you, consume you, like ruin your life, essentially. Causes a great amount of suffering. You know, I desired to shave my head, but I desired to keep my hair more because I knew that would be like easier. That desire caused me suffering while I was even shaving my head because I was just like scared and paranoid, and I desired this superficial status symbol of what it means to be a woman. The main lesson here is that desires can control you because they can cause a great amount of suffering, and in order to combat that suffering, we need to practice accepting our situation, accepting the desire, and then the suffering can go away. I'm still working out in my head like different types of desires and whether like one is better than the other, but I do think like, yeah, I was super desiring to shave my head, but it's because it was true to my integrity of who I am, versus other desires like wanting a beach house or something, like that's a little more superficial. And then when you are sad that you don't have a beach house, you suffer, and you just need to accept the fact that you don't have a beach house and you accept that you desire it, and you'll suffer a bit less. So yeah, that's like a weird lesson that has come out of this. Number 7 is that you, both of us, we define our ideas of beauty. Our entire lives we're told through marketers, family members, society, just people as a whole, what beauty is. Unconsciously, we have formed this definition of what beauty is. Shaving my head pushed me to look at what I think beauty is and then to redefine it in terms that serve me. So I invite you to ask yourself, what do you think beauty is, and where is that formed from? Do you think beauty is someone who is slender? Is beauty someone who is fearless? Is beauty somebody who is kind? What does beauty look like to you? Is it simply physical? Is it non-physical? Does it shine out from the inside? What is beauty? It's up to you to define it. That, I think there's such great power in saying no one can tell me what they say beauty is anymore because I make that definition myself. Beauty does not lay in your hair or your body. Beauty lies in the way your eyes crinkle when you laugh. Beauty resides in the crevices of your body that hold secret stories of strength. Beauty is in the way you walk, how your hips move. I see beauty in the kindness of strangers. Beauty is much more than we have been taught to believe it is, and I can guarantee beauty is not something to be bought. As an end note, I invite you to reflect and contemplate what beauty means to you. Feel free to comment down below and share it if you would like. I would love to read what your idea of beauty is and just your relationship with it in general. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned something from these 7 lessons of shaving my head. And if you have any more questions about any of these lessons that I mentioned here, if you're curious about yin and yang, comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video though, let me know by giving it a big thumbs up because that really helps me out. I will see you next Friday. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you once again. And as always, don't forget to think beyond and peace.